Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the J Lounge. Of course, you guys know I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss J, aka Miss Simone Jackson, here to bring you guys another wonderful episode of the J Lounge. Of course, you guys know we are a celebrity podcast show where we talk with entertainers, actors, makeup artists, fashion designers, you name it. They all come down here and we just have a great time. Of course, you guys know I am always excited to be introducing my next guest for today's show. She is an extremely talented makeup artist. She has worked on the Hunger Games and the Divergent series as well. And her latest, I cannot wait to be speaking with her about her latest film project. Is the latest film project she's going to be working on. I'm really excited to be talking with her about. But everyone, please give a warm welcome to Michele Lewis. Hi, Michele.
Hi, how are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to be able to speak with you today.
Me as well. Me as well.
I am excited. Well, I'm going to go ahead and fire the first question at you. What began your
Okay.
passion for doing makeup and creating looks?
I've had a passion for makeup even as a little kid. I used to play around in my mom's makeup. Not that she wore a lot. She wore a blush and or what they used to call it back then, rouge, and a red lip. And I have an older sister who was a teenager. So I used to sneak and play around in her makeup. I've always just kind of just been drawn to makeup and hair and clothing, wardrobe, fashion. That's just always been a passion of mine.
Oh, I love it. And I love the fact that you're able to work on so many different films as well. I really like that you create so many. I mean, this brings me to my number two question, but you have an incredible body of work. Like I said, Hunger Games, Divergent, and recently, The Last Days of Paul McGray. I mean, what was it like working on those sets? And also, can you kind of give us a little bit about how you created those looks, how you managed to come up with those looks?
Well, a lot of the times we get the direction from the director. They usually have a vision of how they want things to look and how they want the people to look. And they pass that information along to us. And we try to take the notes that they give us and try to make whatever image they've had in their mind come to life on the screen. So it's a collaboration. It's very rare that they just kind of say, okay, you just kind of go with it and do what you like. Sometimes that happens, mostly in television shows, but normally on huge films, especially something like, for example, like you said, Divergent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, their makeup is very specific. They had very
Right.
specific looks for each of the different sex of people. Um, it just depended on which section you were working on. So those were all directions from the actual director. And so we just, like I said, we just collaborate and we try to come to a meeting of the minds to say,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and we just kind of take it from there.
I love it. I love it. And I love how you just expertly do like sci-fi, because that's to me the hardest for the makeup, because you got to get so detailed with it.
It's it's very detailed and it's also really hard work because movies like that and you know apocalyptic type movies and stuff, the conditions are rough.
Yeah.
uh,
Yes, I have to agree.
so you know you never know if you're going to be shooting in the dead of summer or in the middle of winter. Most of the time they try to do most of that stuff in the summer. I don't know why, but they do. I'll give you a perfect example of extreme working conditions. That would be The Harder They Fall.
Oh,
um,
yes.
yeah, we shot that in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Oh,
When we got there, we started at the end of August and it was extremely hot. And that was just after we were all coming out of lockdown for COVID.
oh,
And so we were actually one of the first productions to get back up and running. And it was extremely hot when we got there. by the time we left, it was snowing and it was like 19. I remember one scene that we were in. I don't think I've ever been that cold in my life. And I'm from Ohio, so I know cold. It got down to 19 degrees.
Ooh, 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 that's Jack Frost cold now. That's a whole different type
Yeah,
of
like I said, I can't remember ever being that cold in my life. It was miserable. And it was a long day. It was a really long day. So um
I
it's a
just
lot
got
of fun.
chills.
Creation is fun, but the upkeep of creation sometimes can be a drag.
Yes.
This is not a glamorous business.
No, 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 you are so right about that. Oh my goodness, I just got chills, 19 degrees, and I
19
just got
degrees.
chills. Ooh, you are my hero because I don't
Oh
know
my
how
God.
you do that. Now
Well,
I'm all
I
about
wasn't
being,
the only one out there freezing, so
of course. Look, I'm all about being dedicated and committed to the craft, to the passion. But when you talk about 19 degrees, it's can I have a parka with that, with a little cocoa? I mean,
yeah, we had parkas and thermal underwear and just everything that you could think of to try to stay warm, and we still weren't warm. We were
oh
still
my
freezing.
goodness, that is insane. That is a look. No one said what we do is easy. It's dedicated to the
No,
craft. No one said
not
what
a.
you
It,
do.
it takes dedication for sure.
It really does. Oh my goodness. All right, going on to the number three question. I want to know, Michelle, name three people who influenced your career.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Well, first and foremost, Sam Fine. I'm still in awe of his artistry. He is
Mhm.
probably one of the best makeup artists I have ever seen in my life.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm kind of a geek when it comes to him. I'm a Sam Fine. I don't want to say groupie, but you know what I mean.
It's okay. It's okay. I get you. I get you.
I love
Fan,
everything.
all
I
that.
love
Yeah.
everything he does. I don't know if there's any specific person I want to say was the influence. I would just say the genre of filmmaking in general has always been a huge influence. I was a kid who loved movies. You know, I didn't care if I was sitting at home in front of the TV watching or if we were going out to an actual theater. I was just always in awe of the beautiful makeup and the hair and the fashion and looking up at that big screen and never thinking as a kid that I would end up being one of those people that was creating those looks. I just, at that time that was not even a thought in my mind. But the whole genre in general is
Mhm.
a huge influence. And like I said, Sam Fine, Kevin Aquan, the late Kevin Aquan, um,
Mhm. Yes.
another excellent makeup artist. And I would also have to say my good friend Tim Buchanan. He's the reason I'm actually in this business. I got started because of him. He kind of took me under his wing and just
Beautiful.
showed me the ropes. And he's a very influential and very knowledgeable makeup artist in this industry as well. If you've seen Black Panther,
Yep.
he was there. He was also my department head on The Harder They Fall. He used to be personal makeup artist to Janet Jackson for many, many years. So
Oh
he's
my
another
goodness.
person's, yeah, he's another person whose work has been a huge influence on me. And even though we're friends, I still admire his craft. I really do.
Beautiful. I think that is beautiful. Look at that. When friends support friends, look at what the beauty can be created. Okay,
Yes,
supporting each other, even though it's been 30, 40 years, still cheering each other on, still, that's beautiful. I
yeah,
do. And I really like your choices, especially Sam Fine. You're right. He's very, 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 very meticulous when he comes to his makeup, very
yes,
flawless, not a line out of place. So that's a really great choice to choose.
yes.
But yeah, that's amazing. That is amazing. But going on to the number four question, going on a little bit more about the last days of Homie Gray. Now, do you find working on smaller, kind of more genuine human movies like this a little bit harder to create looks rather than the big scales of like, Hunger Games and Divergent and The Harder They Fall? Is it a little bit more harder to do it more scale low key?
I wouldn't say it's more, I wouldn't say it was more difficult, um, but it takes a lot of, what is the word I want to say? Um, Shows like that are not glam shows,
Right.
if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
They're more human interest stories, and so you
Yes.
want your characters to reflect the everyday human experience.
Hmm.
Um, a poor person should look like a poor person, and when I say that, not necessarily overmade
Now I gotcha.
or a lot of makeup, more. I like the texture of
Natural.
the, yeah, more
Yeah.
natural.
See, I
I like
gotcha.
the texture of the skin to, even though it has makeup on it, I strive really, really hard to make skin look like skin, no matter how much makeup I have on it.
Love it. Love it. I love that dedication. And that just shows. It really does. It shows in your work. I love
Well,
that. And
thank
this is why you're
you.
able to work on things like Hunger Games, Divergence, and Hard as They Fall, because it just shows. So that is awesome. Michele, I want to make sure my audience keeps up with you, your work, and be able to check out more of your looks that you create. Where are you on social media?
Well, I'm on Instagram. My Instagram handle is She Paints Face. That's where I post the majority of my work when I'm able to. Most of the time when we start a lot of these shows, we have to sign an NDA.
Right.
So even though I may have photos in my phone, I don't share anything on social media until I see that the studio has released a trailer or a promo photo or something like that. Then
I
I
see
know
what you're
that,
saying. Okay.
yeah, then
Yeah,
I
I see.
know, yeah, then I know it's okay to go ahead and release that stuff. But that's where you will find me. I'm because I'm not on Twitter. I've never really been much of a Twitter person, but if you really want to see some photos or just some behind the scenes stuff from the years that I've been doing this, most of that stuff would be on Instagram.
And of course, I highly encourage my audience, show Michele some love, give her a follow, give her a shout out, but definitely support her because we definitely want to see more of her work and we definitely want to see her on more movie sets. That is the
Thank
truth.
you.
Yeah, of course. Going on to the next question. Any future projects that you're working on currently that you can just give just a tiny little dish, not too much, a little dish about to J Lounge audience?
Well, speaking of Ptolemy Gray,
Uh-huh.
I recently, let's see, about 3 weeks ago, I just wrapped a project with Dominique Fishback, who was also in Ptolemy Gray playing the character of Robin. I can't tell you too much. I can just say that it's a limited series. I don't have an air date at this time, but I can say that it's also a Donald Glover project. He's one of the producers.
Ooh.
So it's a little, what's the word? It's not something that you would expect. I'm just gonna say that the content is not anything that you would probably expect from Donald or from Dominique either.
Oh my goodness. I am hooked. I am hooked. Those are my peoples. I love Donald Glover. He is just he can do no wrong for me.
No,
And
he's
yeah,
amazing.
he
He
really
is
can't do no wrong.
amazing.
Oh my
And
goodness.
Dominique, oh my God, she is a stellar talent.
Ah,
I'm in awe of her acting abilities.
oh my goodness. To be in the same room as two greats. Oh, how amazing. Well, I am excited. Make sure, when of course more developments happen, you keep the J Lounge here posted because I want to know.
Oh,
I
definitely,
am so hooked right now.
definitely.
And you haven't even revealed the big plot, and I'm already hooked. So definitely keep me posted.
Thank you. I will.
Of course. All right, going on to the next question. Michele, are there any goals in your career that you want to accomplish that you haven't yet?
Uh, yeah, there's a couple. Actually, I'll say there are three. I would like, well, like most of us would like in this industry, I would love to win an Oscar.
Yes, take it into existence. Yes.
And the next goal, which is coming pretty quickly, sometime next month, I'll find out if I've got an Emmy nomination for Ptolemy Gray. That's another goal. I
Oh my
want that
God.
nomination.
Look.
And when I come to the end of the road of this work that I'm doing right now, and this is something that I decided that I wanted to do when I first entered this industry, I would like to open up a makeup school.
Yes. Pass all the
And
knowledge.
right, and I would actually like to focus on high school students and give them training so that when they graduate, because not everybody is college material. Not everyone wants to go to college. There's some people
Right.
that are very creative, and school, unless you go to a school of performing arts or something like that, they don't really cater to those kids. And so I
True.
like to be able to offer them an opportunity to learn what it's like to work behind the scenes, and not just the aspect of just applying the makeup, everything that we have to do, because there's more than going to work and doing this craft than just applying makeup to someone. There's a lot more. There's set
Yes.
lingo. You have to know how to read call sheets. You have to understand continuity, because we don't shoot things in sequence. So you have to take a picture of everything that you do, so that when you come back to the continuation of that scene, that character still looks the way they were supposed to look.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, yeah,
How does
yeah,
it?
no,
Oh my goodness gracious.
no. And sometimes if you're working on a series, sometimes they will shoot, 2 different episodes within the same week. So, the looks may be different. And again, you have to make sure that the makeup matches the makeup, the hair, and the wardrobe. It all has to match, as well as the set props, things that you see on, like a glass of water or a bowl sitting on a table. So all of those things have to match,
Oh
because
my
when they
God.
edit it, they have to put it together that way.
Oh my goodness, my appreciation for makeup artists, wardrobe, everything just went up 100,000, 10%. I think I've known a little bit that people don't shoot in order, that it's all in kind of just in jambles and just different,
Yes,
scenes. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Props
yes.
to you guys to be able to flow through that. Honestly,
It can
I'd
it
be
can
so
be challenging.
confused. Yeah.
It can definitely be challenging some days. And there's nothing to say that just because something's on the schedule that day that it couldn't get changed. So something that you
Exactly.
thought that you might be shooting tomorrow, you may end up shooting it that day, and you may find out that you're shooting it that day, because all kinds of things happen.
Oh
It,
my
it could be
goodness.
a problem with the location, or maybe that one of your actors has fallen ill or something like that. So they, stuff moves around all the time, and you got to be quick on your feet, and you got to be ready to move.
Oh my goodness. Again, appreciation just went up. You guys are the backbone of the industry, and that just cements that right there. Uh, Going on to my next question, Michelle, what, in your own words, in your own opinion, what is the best makeup look for a movie that you created so far?
Oh,
I know
I,
you.
I, I I've got to think, because I worked on a lot of stuff. Um, of course, I'm very proud of the work that we did on Ptolemy. Now, I do want to say this: I did not do that aging makeup on Sam Jackson. Sam Jackson has his own team, but I was
Oh darn.
responsible for what. Yeah, I know. I know. But listen, he's got one of the he's got one of the best makeup artists in the business. Jake Garber is a beast. He is a beast. And even if they had said, okay, you're going to do this, there's no way I could have pulled that one off. Not like that. But I was a department head, so I was responsible for all the other characters' makeup looks. Not that I did everyone personally, but there's a team of us. I'm not just the only
Course.
person doing this. So you pull together a good team, and they execute the looks. And I'm really proud of the way all of that came out.
Oh, that's
But I
amazing.
have to say, my all-time favorite was
Yep.
Dreamgirls.
Oh, speak it. Yes. Yes. That
Yes.
was, Yes, I have to agree. That was breathtaking work right there. Dreamgirls is one of my favorite musicals. I look, don't make me like channel my inner Beyonce, okay? I gotta finish this interview, but don't make me channel my inner Beyonce.
Feel free, go ahead. Be
Oh,
be yourself.
do it is okay. But that was breathtaking work, honestly. So I can see why that could be your favorite because that was groundbreaking work, I feel.
I felt so too. I was so sad that we got no recognition for that, but I
Yeah, me
enjoyed
too.
I still don't understand it even after all these years. However, out of all the different types of makeup that I do, I enjoy doing period makeup, especially 60s and
Yes.
70s. Those are my favorite makeup looks to create. And Dreamgirls gave us a chance to do that. And
Ah,
so I'm extremely, extremely proud of that movie.
and you should be. Like that was just a damn good movie. And like I said, the makeup work, flawless. I still don't understand how no recognition for that work. But look, hopefully the Emmys will realize their mistake and be like, we need to throw an Emmy out to this woman here. She's been putting in some serious work. Yes, she has. Can we get some respect on it? Thank
Can
you.
hello.
Like, hello, can you put some respect on it? If you want to put some respect on it, let's hand her some awards here now. So I'm just
Yes,
saying.
yes,
So
I'm saying,
like
come on now.
yeah, I feel
Come
like
on.
I feel like any moment now, any moment is gonna be you're gonna have that golden dude. It's gonna be your time. It's just gonna be your time.
Thank
Ah,
you. Thank
of
you.
course. All right, Michele, I'm going to go ahead and fire the last question at you. For
Okay.
aspiring makeup artists who hope to one day have a career as successful as yours, what some advice would you give to them?
Be prepared to work hard. It's tough. It's not easy peasy. Like I said,
No.
there's a lot more that goes into this than just applying makeup on someone. That's the smallest part of what you're going to do during the course of a show. Um, and just be persistent. If you're trying to get your foot in the door. I listen, I asked so many people when I decided that this is what I wanted to change my career to. I knew people who were already working makeup artists. Some of them were working with some very famous people, and I got a lot of rejection, but I didn't stop. And then I have a girlfriend who had a friend who was a makeup artist, the gentleman I mentioned earlier, Tim
Mm.
Buchanan, and he called me and said, and this was like I said, this was real early in his career as well. This was before Janet Jackson or any of these things happened for him.
Oh,
And
wow.
he called me and he said, I'm working on this little movie. It's independent. He said, there's no money. He said, but if you want to come in and learn, he says, I'll teach you what I know.
Ooh. Okay.
And that's how it started for me. But everybody's avenue is different. I get that question a lot, and there's no one way. But I can just tell you, if you focus and you're persistent, you will find a way to get your foot in the door.
Yes, I agree. I agree. And look at the incredible, like I said, the amazing body of work that you put in right so far. I mean, again, do not know how no recognition for Dreamgirls, but let us hope there will be recognition for your latest work because you deserve it. You deserve some recognition.
Oh, thank you so much. From your lips to God's ears.
Yes. Speaking it to existence. Yes. My
Yes.
show has a way of speaking things to existence. We've had a couple of makeup artists on here who speak into existence that they wanted to win the Oscar. They went ahead and win the Oscar. So my show has a way of doing that. So speaking
Oh,
it into existence, we want that prime, we want that Emmy, and then
yes.
we want that
And
Oscar.
there, Oscar, Emmy next, Oscars shortly after.
Yes, exactly. We want that Emmy. We want that Oscar. Look, we're coming for all the gold. That's just how it's going to be. Michele, I had such a blast speaking with you. I'm so glad I was able to do so. I mean, I'm honored you put in so much work on my favorite movies, and to be able to kind of pick your brain and see how you were able to do that. I just appreciate you giving me your time.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed myself. I had a blast as well. And anytime you want me to come back, please, I'd be more than happy to.
Look, Michelle, if this one day if this show actually turns into an actual TV show, you know who I'll be calling for my makeup.
All right now.
You know exactly who I will be calling for my makeup, so don't be surprised. You
You
can
got
see that text. Hey, remember me?
it.
We got a promise to fulfill.
Absolutely.
I do want to thank everyone for listening in and joining my show today. I want to thank my amazing guest, Miss Celebrity Makeup Artist Michele Lewis. Of course, everyone, please make sure you go follow her on social media, Instagram more. We want to see more of her work, and we want to support her, and we want to start that campaign, that Emmy, then that
Thank
Oscar.
you.
We really should
Yeah,
make that a trademark. Honestly, I really like how it sounds. So support it on that, and just support more, and just give her a shout out every once in a while. So, but yes, I want to thank everyone for listening in. Of course, you guys know I've been your hostess with the mostest, Miss J. I will be back with another great episode of the J Lounge here soon. Till then, thank you everyone, and I'll be back.
thank
Bye.
Bye.